Hi everyone, my name is Puneet and I am a Dubai real estate specialist. In today's video, we're going to break down on the opportunities that we have in Dubai with waterfront, beachfront and sea view apartments. So let's understand the concept of waterfront, beachfront and sea view apartments. Waterfront is the broadest term used. It means any property that is near to the water. The water could be a water lagoon, it could be a creek, it could be a man-made lake. You don't need to be by the sea or the beach to be in a waterfront property. The second term is seafront. Seafront means the properties along the coast side of the sea. And the third one is the beachfront properties. Now that is the most exclusive property because that property opens to the sandy beaches of Dubai and have direct access. Not all seafront properties are beachfront properties. For this specific video, we're going to talk about beachfront properties which are accessible to all investors to buy, whether you are a resident of UAE or you're not a resident of UAE. Also, I'm going to discuss about all the beachfront projects which were released earlier and what are the price per square feet for these projects and which areas you can look at if you're looking to buy a property which will give you a good appreciation in the future. When we talk about owning an apartment in a beachfront destination in Dubai, there are only 9 communities that you can look at. We're going to talk about all these 9 communities and the price per square feet in all these communities. And according to me, which community will fetch you the best return on investment. So if you look at the coastal map of Dubai, we'll start with Palm Jebel Ali, then JBR, then we'll look at Dubai Harbour, Palm Jumeirah, and then we have Emaar Beachfront, Marsa Al Arab, and then we have Peninsula, and then we have Lamer, and then finally we have Dubai Islands. So these are the only 9 beachfront freehold communities where anyone can buy a property. So now we talk about the price per square feet of properties or apartments in these areas. So starting with Palm Jebel Ali, there was a launch of Palm Central by the Nakheel, where the average starting price was 3,750 square feet. If you move to JBR, there are 2 categories. The first category is of the buildings which were handed over and launched before 2020, and the buildings which are handed over after 2020. So before 2020, whatever buildings were launched, the price per square feet, the trading price is approximately anything between 3,500 to 4,000 dirhams a square feet. Whereas if you talk about buildings like Address or the Lavi, which were handed over after 2020, the price per square feet is anything between 7,000 to 7,500 dirhams a square feet. So what does that mean? It means that you can buy a secondary property in the older buildings from 3,500 to 4,000 dirhams a square feet. But these buildings are old, maybe 10 years or older than that. Dubai Harbour is another upcoming community where you have projects like Shobha Sea Heaven, the Mac Bay by Kawali, W Residences by Arada, where the price per square feet is presently anything between 5,000 to 7,000 dirhams a square feet. Then we come to Emaar Beachfront, which is a man-made island by Emaar and has a cluster of about 20 buildings. Now, an average trading price for Emaar Beachfront is anything between 5,000 to 6,000 dirhams a square feet. And now we come to Palm Jumeirah. When you talk about Palm Jumeirah, there are certain older buildings like Shoreline where the price per square feet is trading anything between 3,000 to 4,500 dirhams a square feet. So now if you talk about the newer buildings in Palm Jumeirah, if you talk about Six Senses, if you talk about the Omniat buildings, if you talk about Paso by Omniat, they're presently trading between 7,000 to 8,000 dirhams a square feet. Whereas a luxurious building like Atlantis Royal is trading between 11,000 to 13,000 dirhams a square feet. Next in line is Marsa Al Arab by Miras, which is an ultra luxury community where the price per square feet is anything between 17,000 to 19,000 dirhams a square feet. So this is a very, very expensive and very, very exclusive community which is developed by Miras. Next on the coastal line is Peninsula by H&H. Over here in Peninsula, we have residences like Amal or Roseville residences where the prices are anything between 18,000 to 19,000 dirhams a square feet. Next we have Lamer, where we have apartments like Asura Bay, Solaya and Port de Lamer. So in Port de Lamer, the price per square feet is anything between 4,000 to 4,500 dirhams a square feet. If you talk about Solaya is trading between 6,500 to 7,000 dirhams a square feet. And if you're talking about Asura Bay again is an ultra luxury product with a price point of about 16,000 to 17,000 dirhams a square feet. So all in all, the average price per square feet in Emaar is anything between 8,000 to 9,000 dirhams a square feet. So after Emaar, the only community which is left, which is a beachfront community, is Dubai Island. There are other communities in between, which is like Dubai Maritime City, but then they do not have a beach access. So we'll discard them from the beachfront communities. Dubai Island is the last beachfront community for Dubai. So Dubai Island is basically divided into 5 islands, island A, B, C, D and E. So Dubai Islands is where you should put your money now, because the price per square feet is the lowest amongst all the beachfront communities that Dubai has. Nakheel has launched Bay Grove at a price per square feet of 2,500 dirhams a square feet. And now we have another 2 developers which have launched their projects, which are full community projects and not single buildings, at a price starting at 2,800 dirhams a square feet. We have developers like Nakheel, Beyond, Ellington, Imtiaz, who are not just making single buildings, but full communities on these islands. The price per square feet in Dubai Island today is 2,800 dirhams a square feet. And compared to other beachfront communities, this is one area which is the least priced. And as an investor, you can definitely make money on this. And Dubai Island is the best investment at this point of time, not just because of the price point, but also because it is backed by the government and there is a lot of development happening in the entire area. Because Dubai Island is not just a beachfront destination, it is also rightly connected with the business district of Dubai. So in Dubai Islands, you should look at a couple of developers, Beyond, Imtiaz, Ellington, Nakheel. So if you want to know more about the new upcoming projects in Dubai Island and to look at the right entry point, stay in touch.